Hi, my name is Susanna Palmer, and I will be presenting as a Hershey Food Board member before the January 2010 purchase of Cadbury by Kraft. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Susanna, a board member of Hershey Foods. I'm here to give an overview of the current option to purchase Cadbury. First, I'd like to introduce a bit of history by identifying our mission and vision for Hershey Foods. Since the days of Milton S. Hershey, we have stood firm on our mission as a company ingrained in social responsibility, with an enduring model of responsible citizenship while creating a successful business. Our vision is to make a difference in our communities by driving sustainable business practices and operating with the highest integrity. We want to improve the quality of life for our cocoa farmers and their families. We provide climate change transparency within the company. We also fund outreach programs for the local community. Our primary beneficiary for charitable outreach is the Milton Hershey School through the Milton Hershey School Trust, our controlling stockholder. We're also responsible for 12,100 full-time and 1,600 part-time employees worldwide, and are one of the largest employers here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. We affect the local economy through the jobs we provide and in tourism for our amusement park. Recently, our trends have been stagnant, if not decreasing. Our company's sales boast $5 billion this year, 10% of which was revenue from overseas. Since 2001, we've been focusing on improving our presence in the global market as we are heavily dependent on the U.S. for revenue. This brings us to the topic at hand. Should we buy the famous British confectioner, Cadbury, to expand our worldwide reach? Before we get into that, I'd like to talk a bit about the Hershey Trust. The Hershey Trust Company's resource dependency is on Hershey Foods as a controlling stockholder with 80% of the votes. Their mission is to oversee the trust that funds the Milton S. Hershey School. It is a non-profit private boarding school that provides a world-class education to disadvantaged children, funding 1,200 to 2,000 students annually through the $80 million from the profits of Hershey Foods. In 2001, this trust was worth $5 billion, with 56% of its assets coming from Hershey stocks, the prices of which have been declining and affecting the school's resources. Leroy Zimmerman and the other 7 board members have made a proposal to us to purchase British candy company Cadbury to get into the global market, thereby increasing the Hershey Trust assets and revenue for its school. I do admire the suggestion of purchasing Cadbury, as it would be an excellent way to infiltrate the global market, but I cannot recommend that we purchase Cadbury despite the potential positive outcomes in such a merger. To do so, we would have to borrow a large sum of money to purchase a company twice our size. There are other ways we as a company can grow our overseas revenue and diversify. I want to also point out that in 2002, the community of Hershey, Pennsylvania, petitioned alongside Attorney General Mike Fisher to block the Hershey Trust from their attempt to sell their controlling interest to Wrigley. This proposal to buy Cadbury is no different, with similar pressures from the community in politics and the local economy. I admit we share a kindred spirit with Cadbury. The idea of being in the running to purchase Cadbury is exciting. They are one of the world's largest confectionery companies, operating in over 60 countries with 45,000 employees. We even have license agreements with Cadbury to manufacture York peppermint patties, Almond Joy, Mounds, Cadbury, and Caramello. They make a great chocolate, and a merger for our companies would be a beautiful marriage. The offer Kraft has given Cadbury has been mentioned as hostile. Cadbury believes it's worth more than the $16.5 billion they have been offered. I understand where they're coming from. Kraft is a $40 billion food conglomerate and does not understand confectionery like we do. I do not believe it would be wise to join in on the hostile negotiations with either company. Now that the suggestion has been made, I would not be surprised if the zone of possible agreement has now amped up to $20 billion, way out of our reservation price. We cannot meet Cadbury's offer without borrowing money. Our credit ratings would go up, stock prices would decline, we'd hurt profits, and the jobs we're trying to protect would be compromised. So would the Hershey's Trust School. We're just going to have to find another way to infiltrate the global market.